Bucks lose it again tonight. 123-116, the final. Cleveland Cavaliers. This is a fun game, though. Fun game, good game. Lots of interesting. And there it is. Comes across the screen. You guys were just talking about it. 3-2. Venezuela defeats the United States. World Baseball Classic. But 123-116. A lot of good performances from Milwaukee. You get the news about Giannis, which we'll have to discuss as well. How about the Howard University Bison jumping in there and getting the first tourney win in history. So a lot of good stuff there. I hadn't been to the NCAA tournament in 30 years. Kenny Blankley gets us there three. I ain't say it right. Kenny Blankley. I ain't say her name right.
I thought y'all went the last 3 out of 5 years.
That's what I say. Been 30. Yeah. Okay. Correct. 30 years until Kenny Blankley got in. And that right, he's been 3 out of 11, and he's been there 3 times. But 123-116, Bucks lose to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Come on in the room. We are live. Crimson Cross and Gucci.
JT.
Justin.
Yeah. No Christine. Chris King is studying this Texas NC State game. He's in Dayton, Ohio, watching some first 4 action out of Dayton. Preparing to beat all of you guys in the Cream City Crossover Bracket Challenge. So get your brackets in, all of that good stuff. I will, at some point during the show, I'll put a link in to the brackets. $10 sheets. $10 sheets. Get at me. I'll tell you how to get there. But please join us. Cream City Crossover Tournament Challenge is live on ESPN. Again, I will put a link in during the show today. But let's get into it. Will Link was at the game. Good stuff from him. Will Link say he loves Cream City Crossover. We love doing the show. We love being out here. 123-116. Let's do a game recap for you tonight as the Bucks fall to the Cleveland Cavaliers. We had Rollins had a good game tonight. I thought Rollins was that in the second? I think that was the second quarter where Rollins really turned up. 19 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. It was him. 6 of 13 from the field, 3 of 7 from the 3-point line, 4 of 4 free throws, only 1 turnover tonight, which was good. I thought it was Rollins in that second quarter who turned things around for the Bucks. A 34-point second as the Bucks had gotten down 37-24 at the end of 1, and it was that Rollins group. I think it was Rollins, Jang, maybe Portis, Pete Nance. Pete Nance hooped tonight at a high level, but I thought Rollins in that second quarter was phenomenal. Again, he hit shots, was good defensively, got tangled up there with Harden, tried to get a steal, and again, just made good decisions. And then it was KPJ in the third quarter. 25 and 10, a double-double for KPJ. I said it on Twitter. I'll say it again. If you don't think Kevin Porter Jr., for all the nerds and dorks out there and haters, if you don't think Kevin Porter Jr. can play basketball, you deserve to have your eyes ripped out from the sockets. That's what you do. You don't deserve to see anymore. You deserve to go blind. You deserve to be up there with, what's her name? Who the lady who was blind, couldn't talk? What's her name? Helen Keller?
Helen Keller?
Helen Keller. You need to be there, Helen Keller. You don't need to see a thing for the rest of your natural life. 25 and 10 assists from KPJ. 8 of 15 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3. He was 8 of 8 from the free throw line, 1 turnover. I thought his third quarter was, again, when he's on, it's a sight to see. And I think, again, both of those guys, those are performances, right? Like I said, with 25 and 10, 20, you get what's that? 45, 44 from your starting backcourt. Those are the performances that you're going to have with Giannis in the lineup. Next year if Giannis is still here. And this is what you need to see throughout the season. Those two guys playing well together, hooping, balling out, and it just was never consistent enough. And today you had it from Rollins and KPJ. Again, you come up short because you're playing the Cleveland Cavaliers, and you're at the end of the year or whatnot. But again, that's a good sign for KPJ. He came up hobbling again at the end of the game, though, so we'll we'll see what happens with him. Just been a year of injuries from KPJ, but I thought he was great tonight. Thought Rollins was great. Jericho Sims 4.6 rebounds. Kyle Kuzma 3 points. I only 16 minutes. He passed the ball well to start the game. Only played 16 minutes, but I thought Kuz really in that fourth. I thought he could have played because you weren't, because that's where I think Donovan Mitchell was in and Harden was getting off. I would have wanted to see him, and I get putting in. I get Torian Prince staying in the game probably for shooting purposes, but I think I would have wanted to see Kyle Kuzma defensively in the fourth quarter, but neither here nor there. Torian Prince with 8 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. 3 of 7 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3. He was a minus 20. And then if you go to look at the bench, man, Ousmane Dieng, I thought he was great tonight. 19 and 5, 1 assist, 1 steal, 7 of 12 from the field, 5 of 8 from 3. Ousmane, when he's hitting that 3 ball, he can shoot it. When he's hitting that 3 ball, he's really good. Has a little step back in his game, obviously. Doesn't mind launching the shots. Did you see when he tried to do the Donovan Mitchell move on Donovan Mitchell with the going through? I like the awareness. He didn't pull the move off. Donovan Mitchell was shaking his head when he did it, but I like the fact that he tried it. And again, I like Oos. And again, it was just a nice game for him. And again, you want to see more of it. One of the pieces you want to see for the future as this team continues to move on. AJ Green 6.4 rebounds, 2 of 7 from the field, 2 of 7 from 3. Again, just a ho-hum game from him. AJ just does, he's fouling shooters and fouling guys that hit and ones. Just the normal stuff from AJ. Bobby Portis, 19, 9, and 4, 1 steal. He did have to take 19 shots, 8 and 19 from the field. You just had to look at Bobby, and there are times you look at him, when I look at him and go, man, and we didn't trade him. I don't know if he'd be traded. At some point, you got to think, you just feel like if he was on a contender right now, that he just feel like a guy that can shoot the ball like that. And again, he was 3 of 7 from 3 tonight, but a guy can shoot the ball like that, you just feel like he can like his impact off the bench for a contender would be at a high level. A team that didn't need him to play defense, but again, neither here nor there. He's still playing for the Bucks. But again, Bobby, I thought he shot the ball well. How about Pete Nance tonight? 13 and 7. 5 of 6 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3. He was looking over at his brother Larry Nance as he was hitting shots. I thought defensively he was good in position. I thought he competed, fought hard, and he's in the right spots at the right time. So again, Pete Nance. Again, there were just a lot of good moments that you saw from this team. The other thing I want to point out tonight, Bucks only had 8 turnovers, which was pretty big for them. On the Cleveland side of things, again, just too good. 27, 5, and 6 from James Harden. He had a stretch where he was really good. Donovan Mitchell had a greatest in the games tonight. 19, 8, and 3. Evan Mobley, that was the Bucks' biggest issue. They didn't have a way to control him with no Giannis, with no Miles Turner down low. Evan Mobley just got whatever he wanted. 27 and 15. Dean Wade 9 points. Sam Merrill hit some shot. Again, Sam, I wish I would have rather pay Sam Merrill than AJ Green. 17, 6 and 2, 6 and 2. I look at Sam Merrill, I go, damn, that's what I want to see from AJ Green. And Sam Merrill's out there doing it. Keon Ellis, 8 points. Max Drew, 6.6 boards, 4 assists. Mr. Man Bun. And then Thomas Bryant with 5 points. Dennis Schroeder had 3 and got an elbow to the face as well. Bucks losing 123-116. But again, I was impressed by the effort. I don't know where the fight came from tonight, but they had a lot of fight. Missing Giannis, missing Miles. KPJ hobbled, Ryan Rollins fighting the illness and being injured, Ousmane Dieng coming back from an illness and being injured and being sick or whatever deal was with him. I thought this team fought. They fought hard, and they did a lot of the right things. They didn't turn the ball over tonight. The effort was there on both ends, and again, I'm proud of the guys. Like if this is a game where if the Bucks, if you were competing for something and you were missing Giannis and Miles for whatever reason, I go, man, that was a good effort tonight. I was happy to see that, and I didn't have any problem with what the Bucks did on again. That just shows, again, the other thing I say is this shows for me, not just the growth, but like a lot of times we go on the show and we're upset and we're mad. We're watching, man, I can't believe this happened, that happened. But I've always said, if you're playing the right way, I don't mind losing. You play the right way. I don't mind losing when you give the effort and do the right things. And I thought tonight the Bucks, again, Cleveland's a better team. They're better coach. They're fighting for something. The Bucks aren't fighting for nothing. They had all the reason to win this game. And the Bucks are, some people think they're tanking, whatever. But whatever it is, the Bucks came out, they fought hard, and I was proud of the effort tonight from the team. They didn't lay down and die, lose by 20, 30 points. You came out, you gave the effort, you shot the ball, and you put yourself in a position to potentially win the game. Cleveland just had a little bit more tonight. Steeler face with the super chat. I gotta bring the phone up because I'm telling you, man, my eyesight is going bad. I can't see it. Steeler face says, "We are now entering the at least we can get blown out Bucks era. Can that foul grifting bum Harden ever stand his 2 damn feet on a 3, still giving this bum the insta whistle?" Yeah, I thought that listen, man, I agree. Harden, the way he plays, it's annoying, and he's been fouled the most on 3-point shots in the league. At some point, I just wonder, like, if you're always getting fouled on threes, is it the defenders or is it you? Are you doing something that is making guys foul you? So I think the way he jumps is weird. I don't know, man. He's doing the base damn near traveling to a step back. But whatever. Like I said, Harden's definitely a grifter. He has made it a mission of his to be able to get to the line, especially on jumpers and 3-point shots. So, it is what it is. But again, Harden had some good moments tonight, and that's what I saw. JT, what'd you see?
Man, I agree with you. I was surprised. I didn't expect us to win. I really didn't expect us to compete tonight. Just based on prior performance, I didn't expect us to compete tonight. But I was mildly impressed for a lot of the night at how we stuck it out. The crazy thing is we had a chance to win this game. I mean, going into the fourth quarter where it was tight, and even, man, you want to talk about Oos? Oh, Oos got to be back next year. I think we talked about this before a few shows ago. Who's got to be back? You see him hit that 3 in the fourth in about, it was like, what, 3 minutes, 4 minutes? And then of course, the roof caved in after that, right? The Cavs scored like 7 or 8 straight points. But even just watching the young guy come up, step up, pull the team up, I think when he hit that 3, it was like 107 to 110 or something. Or what? Like, we were right there in the mix. And I did not expect this team to be in that position if you would have told us, before the game that they would be. Look, man. Look at our bench. Look at the way our bench played. I mean, even, you look at Bobby, Nance, Dang, bench combined for what, 56 points tonight? You got to take that, right? A performance like that. Now, unfortunately, in the starting lineup, you had a couple guys who just were on a point diet in Prince, Kuzma, and Jericho Sims. But tonight, you also saw the strength of the strength of your guard play. This is what you need from Ryan Rollins and Kevin Porter Jr. This is exactly what you need. 44 points between the two of those guys, and just the plays, constantly making plays. KPJ, I know we've actually been a KPJ celebrator on this show, not a KPJ hater. And you certainly saw what he brings to the table tonight. And I thought, again, this is what you want to see. Because, guys, I'll tell you this right now. I'll be the first to tell you, because I know I can't do no lying. I don't do feel-good takes. This team is broken, but these players clearly are not, right? The team's broken, but the players are not, because you have guys out here playing hard, hustling, playing for the front of the jersey. And it was impressive to see the team compete. Unfortunately, yes, it's another loss. Unfortunately, right? But we knew that, right? We knew that the season was cooked. But I think now, through the how many more games we got left? It's like 14 or something. Something around that, right? Through the remainder of this team, you have to be looking at guys of what pieces are going to be back next year. What pieces are going to be back next year? And I think we talked about the other night. I think we all university. We unanimously agreed on what, maybe 2 or 3. I think everybody else, playing for jobs, maybe playing for trade value or not. But, at this point, you look for the positivity with this Bucks team. You got to look for something to be positive about. I thought this Bucks team competed well tonight, despite the fact, and this is crazy too, the free throw battle. Cleveland attempted double the amount of free throws that Milwaukee did, and also made double the amount of free throws that Milwaukee did. And this has been a recurring theme for this team all year. And, unfortunately, the refs were consistent with that again tonight. But, man, tough loss. But, you did see some bright spots in tonight's game with this Bucks team.
Before we get in the doc, JT, you're a great brother. It's still in my thunder, because that's where I was about to go to them free throws. You're right. The thing that frustrates me on those free throws, though, it's not like we were just shooting perimeter jumpers the whole time. KPJ was going to the bucket. Oos was going to the bucket. Everyone was going to the bucket. And it just seems that Trey alluded to it as well. You got grifter number 1 and James Harden. And who's grifter number 2 on that team? Donovan Mitchell. That's why they're always going to shoot double the fouls. But somehow, some way, Adam Silver gets a video and he puts Damian Lillard as a scapegoat of grifting, and you got 2 guys who make a living off of it. But anyways, I'll digress for a second. So Doc talked about it was a 17-6 run over the last few minutes, seconds, or whatever. Talked about we couldn't get a stop. A lot of quick shots. Missed 4 free throws. 2 of them, Pete Nance missed 2 on 1 possession. Who was the other one that missed 2? It was Pete Nance.
Pete Nance missed 2. Yeah, Oos missed 2. Yep.
And I think, and Reggie even kind of alluded to it during the broadcast, had he made them 2 free throws with the Oos 3-pointer after that, it'd be a 1 possession game. I think that's truthfully where we lost it with those missed free throws and stuff like that. Said we lost our shooters in that 4th quarter too, man. And I'd agree with that. Oof was great offensively, just did a lot of great things. And then, it took a while for him to get his defensive legs back. But once he got those legs back, I think he did well. Talked about Ryan Rollins and KPJ getting downhill in the 3rd quarter. Said they were going to have to do that because of the way the Cavs were playing defense. Taurean Prince started because of Cleveland's size tonight, and he wanted Oos and Bobby Portis off the bench, and I thought they contributed tremendously. I mean, obviously, the most obvious comment in the world said he would have loved to get the win tonight. But when you're looking at that game, Cleveland is a playoff team. They are a formidable team, and they have guys that could take over the game without 34 and without, was it 3? Miles 3? Has he earned a number? He's earned a number description, right? Not yet.
Nah, he earned Mr. Legos.
All right, Mr. Turner.
Cat man, he playing with cats all day.
He got cats.
And he just said these next 4 games will be a learning
Don't he look
experience.
like it?
Yeah, listen, man. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Like a cat, man.
I don't trust brothers with cats. Man. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't trust nothing about brothers with cats. I don't.
And your boy works in veterinary sales. We won the blood machines for the dogs and cats.
Hey.
We love the felines very much.
That's what's up. Listen, man. It's two brothers like this down, right? Guys that got cats, guys that wear brothers that wear flip flops. I'm talking about not slides. I'm talking about flip flops. Yes, they got their toes out and got the joint in between
the thong sandals
toe and the first one, right? We're talking about wearing the shit to make the noise when they walk around, right? I don't trust brothers doing that, and I don't trust brothers that got cats. I don't. I don't. That's crazy.
I'm gonna keep talking. I got a lot of out of pocket remarks to that. A lot of them deal with that quarterback in the city you live in, JT. So I'm gonna keep going. And then the last question.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No, you good. The last question they asked, would Giannis be on the road trip? It kind of broke up a little bit or whatever. I don't got much on the guy. Hey, I was excited. So, JT, you mentioned that, you looked at this game and you saw a lot of good effort and stuff like that. And I agree. And I know we don't have moral victories, but this is why, Trey, because they always try to kill me in the comments after we get off the air, right? Best supporting cast, blah, 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 blah. Eat it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Mama. I ain't say it. I was close. I was real close. This is why I said that, though, because when you look at this backcourt, if they can play on this level, right? Now, anyone that watches basketball, you look at the athleticism of Oos. You look at what Bobby was doing tonight. You look at what Jericho Sims. You look at what Pete Nance is doing. And common sense would tell me, now they say common sense isn't so common, but if you insert Giannis with these guys, we should have been able to go on a big run this year. And remember, this stuff all started after that 8-10 run. So that's why I said after the Middleton year. That means after, not the year after the championship, but the second year, the year once Middleton was hurt and all that stuff. This may have been the best supporting cast that Giannis has played with. And when I factor into that decision, I feel like I got to clear this up every effing time. But when I factor this in, I'm also factoring in Damian Lillard being hurt. We're not talking about a healthy Dame here. Because what did we hear all the time? We heard guys were old and they were this and they were that. Pete Nance wasn't old tonight. He was running up and down that floor, making blocks, making good plays. I thought that Pete Nance is an outstanding citizen and we need to keep him. I know we said a couple guys last time, JT. We got to keep Pete Nance due to the fact He could have let Doc challenge that BS. Now, Doc challenged something later in the game. We have no challenges, which is just crazy.
Yeah.
But he could have let Doc challenge it. But the honest dude is, he was like, no, no, no. And that, I mean, I love Pete Nett's character, man. These guys are good. These guys are good basketball players. Maybe with the right coach, with the right system, we can see something a lot different. I don't think everybody will be here next year, but I was supremely excited with what I saw.
But to be clear, guys, and I just want to, I'm curious if we're all aligned on this. When you watch these games now, I'm not watching necessarily for the win or loss. I don't care about that. I think right now it's solely evaluation for what direction this team is going to be going into the offseason. How clear of a picture can we have going into the offseason? That to me is the goal as of right now. Who is showing something? If we're going to keep 5 of these guys out of this team this next year, who's that 5 going to be? If it's going to be 4, if it's going to be 3. That's the only, to me, that is the sole purpose of watching these games at this point, is evaluating what you see and going, listen, do we want this guy on the team next year? Do we not want this guy on the next team? Do we cut this guy? Do we trade this guy? Right? Like, I think that's the purpose, and I think a lot of the people in the chat probably feel the same way, is we know the season's cooked. We know we're done, right? We already know that, right? This has been left in the oven way too long. But let's see, are we seeing enough? Because to me, if we're seeing enough night in and night out to evaluate guys, and go, you know what, that's somebody you want in the foxhole with you next year. That's somebody who can go, right? Then I think that's a dub for the organization. Instead of end of the year, now you really grasp it. You can't figure out what you're going to do, and then a bunch of contingencies and everything else here. So that to me seems to be the goal. I'm sure you guys feel the same way, but I'm going to go ahead and let y'all speak on that.
I want to win.
Okay.
I mean, but no, but all jokes aside, I mean, obviously, every team, like, so JT, and I think you, both you gentlemen know it. If you don't know it in the chat, man, like, I've been cheering for the Brewers since the Brewers were the worst team in the MLB. Still cheering for every game to win, no matter what. I cheered for the Packers when the Packers were the worst franchise on earth. You know, some of y'all first quarterback was Brett Favre. Mine was Don Mikowski. Really, it was Lynn Dickey at the end of his career. So I've seen losing. My point is, I've seen the Badgers be the worst team. I've seen Marquette. That might be this year. But my point is, I've seen a lot of losing. But JT, I 100% agree with you. This is a little bit unique situation. I think this is an outlier, a gap year that, 34 did not want. But we're here now. And that's okay. But what I want to see is, I want to see us, like you mentioned, JT, play well, hustle, see some guys that could contribute next year to this Milwaukee Bucks franchise. And with a potentially new coach, I think we'll be better.
Yeah, I think JT hit it spot on. Yeah, you're not. For me, I'm not necessarily looking for wins. Of course, I'm always down to win. I like winning. But yeah, you're looking for, this is an evaluation phase. You're looking who is going to be on this roster next. Who do you like? Who do you not like? And that's the lens that you have to look at it with. And so again, there were some good performances that you could take. I saw somebody in chat say, Goose 4129 says ugly wins over moral losses. Somebody else said, basically, I can't remember, but now I was talking about how, they shouldn't have, how they don't care about these games or that, this is the point of the season we've reached, right? Where, we're not winning these games or I'm not, it was like, I'm not applauding these guys for playing hard. This was supposed to, well, yeah. But again, recognize, even if the Bucks were the 4 seed, wherever you want to put, if they were playing a game without Giannis and Miles Turner against the team on the Cavaliers, this was again, I'm not saying a moral victory. This was a good performance. It's a good showing. Like, I would expect them to lose without Giannis in the lineup against the Cavaliers. Like, that's a game you're probably going to lose that game, right? Like, against the healthy Cavaliers. So, I mean, I guess I don't see how you can. I get being down on the year, but I mean, as a whole, today was not one of the days where I'm like, man, I don't. Again, it's not that I don't mind losing, but it's just like possessions for me. I watch certain offensive possessions, and as long as you do the right thing and play the right way, it's a make or miss. You're gonna miss shots. You're not gonna hit every single shot. You're not gonna win every single game. And again, the Bucks lost their fair share this year. They shouldn't have lost, or should have been a lot better. But no, I wasn't. Today is not one of those. Again, it's not like I'm happy about a moral victory, but no, I am happy they went out and competed. They played hard tonight. I saw another comment that Solomon Jules says, questions Doc not playing Cam Thomas. Should the Bucks still plan on signing him to a contract? Hell no. Why would you sign Cam Thomas to a contract? Again, Cam Thomas played him. Congratulations. You played yourself. You had 2 years, $30 million waiting on you in Brooklyn, and you decided, nah, I'm better than that. I'm a real star. I'm better than 2 years, $30 million. Now, if Cam Thomas was to come back on a minimum, yeah, I could do that.
I'm
I
not
could
even
do.
getting the Gary Trent.
Yeah, I can do a
You
vet.
want
I can do a
2%?
vet man prove it deal because again I think he's better than Cole Anthony, and we had his ass here. So I mean he has the opportunity to get hot, maybe another coach. I don't know, but I mean at the end of the day, yeah, Cam Thomas is in the doghouse. He's basically lost all goodwill. And again, some of it his fault. Some of it, yeah, Doc don't have time to play around with a guy who again I don't know if he's gonna be here or not, but I would lean more on the side of no than yes.
Well, so one thing about Cam that I'm trying not to reach this conclusion, but maybe we're getting there. This is potentially two franchises you fell out with, right? Like, so what is going on with Cam Thomas? Is there something here that we don't? I don't know. I'm not a Nets fan. I don't pay a ton of attention to the Nets here, but it's slowly but surely looking like this is two franchises that you feel you fallen out of favor with. What's the deal here? What's going on? And Cam, what gets me is that I had expectations for Cam that Cam created based on when he really got this thing rolling for that stretch of about 10 games with this team. Cam created those expectations. We didn't just make this up. Right? I just didn't get on YouTube and be like, look at what he did in Brooklyn, so he should be able to do the same thing here. No, we saw Cam Thomas play well, and then Cam Thomas went off a cliff. Now, there were some injuries or something. There was something weird. The Bucks tried to say he was injured, and then when the reporter asked him, he was like, what injured? Something weird. Remember that happened a few weeks ago, too? So I don't know, but
hamstring, allegedly.
I don't know what Cam Thomas's deal is, but I'm seeing him get DNPs, and I definitely didn't think this would be the case a month ago.
Yeah.
I think Cam's biggest issue is just his defensive end right now. And if you're not scoring the basketball and you're a guy like that, I mean, you don't have much value to this team. And you got guys like one thing about AJ Green, and I know that he's missed quite a few shots. And had he made just 2 or 3 more shots, it may be a different outcome tonight. But the thing about AJ that he's going to give you tough, hard-nosed defense. He's going to foul a lot too. But we don't even get that from Cam. We just kind of get a lot of Olay stuff. So Cam has to get to the weight room and he has to get to the drawing board. And he could come back and be a good player off this bench next year. But like Trey said, man, you see guys punting this money all the time. The guy I remember, Dennis Schroeder, punted a lot of money. Someone in the chat said, Keyshawn punted a lot of money. You can't look. This is what I tell people. Y'all know my little brother is pitcher for the Texas Rangers, and I just told him as an OG perspective, if someone offers you life-changing money, you take it, in my opinion. Now, you can bet on yourself. It's your career. Someone comes to me right now, they're like, hey, Justin, I'm going to give you $7 million to do blah, blah. Done. No questions asked.
Let me get us off subject for 2 seconds. Did Malik Willis have an opportunity to go? Where else did he have an opportunity to go? He took a little more cash
Arizona.
to go to. He took a little more cash to go to
Miami.
Miami, and they didn't gut it there. They didn't gutted everything for him.
But Arizona may have been a better situation for him with Mike LaFleur and the other and
couple mil less
out there. Plus, you had better wideouts on that roster too.
Right.
And so I don't know. Here's the thing, man. It's one thing to bet on yourself. It's another thing to bet the mortgage, right? And when you're betting the difference between making a bet on yourself and then betting the mortgage, I think your thought process has to be a bit clearer. And we really want to manage that risk because you see this happening in the NFL all the time. Guys get multi-year deals. They don't want it. They'll take a 1 year, prove it, and you just gotta hope you don't get hurt and that you continue the ball. And works sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, hopefully you don't see that. You kind of feel bad for these guys a little bit when they do that. They take a 1 year deal instead of a multi-year extension because they think their value's higher. But again, I mean, it's a grown man making decisions. You make the right one great. You make the wrong one too bad.
Then I saw in Foster says KPJ will probably stay, but he's gonna want more money. Again, Chris King brings up a great point all the time. That again, KPJ still in play. He had a ton of injuries all year. He's not gonna end up. And again, I don't know if he's gonna play next. Again, he had a knee problem. He was hobbling after this game. I don't know how many more games he's gonna play. Maybe he ends up playing 40 games a year, something like that. He's gonna play less than half the season, whatever it is. I don't know that he has this huge payday coming where this is the first year you've been reinserted back as a starting level player, but you got back and you couldn't play half the year. So I don't know that. I mean, yeah, again, I think there's some. I think teams will be willing to take a gamble. I don't think they're willing to. I believe the Bucks can pay him at least. I believe they have his early bird rights. I believe they pay around $15 million a year for him. I'd assume, again, I would assume that if that's the case, the Bucks would match that and the Bucks would be able to do that. Because yeah, it's not like he's gonna. I mean, I don't think he's getting $100 million. I don't think he's gonna.
What's
I
he
don't think
making
he's
this
doing
year? 2? It ain't no way. It is no way a player like KPJ steps on the court this year for a salary of less than 8 figures a season. It's no way. Absolutely no way.
Let me tell you what he's making this year. Because he has a player option, which again I think so. He got a player option for 2 years, around a little under $11 million. Again, I'm gonna assume he's gonna opt out because that means next year he's gonna make. He's making 5.1 right now. Next year he's scheduled to make 5.3. I would assume he opts out of that. I think think you're right. I think it does go a little higher than that. Again, but I mean, yeah, 11, 12 a year is what I would. 13 maybe is what I could see. Maybe something like that. Again, if you think you can lock him up for three years, something like I don't know. I just don't see. I just don't see this huge payday coming for him when your first year really back as a starter, you only made it 30-some games and you dealt with injuries the entire year. Again, Chris King's brought that up a ton, and I think that would shy me away. You still really have. You've seen from him. You've seen pockets of really good play. You see it, but I don't think it's enough for somebody to come out and say, you know what, we're gonna outbid the Bucks. I'm giving him $25 million a year. Again, if that's the case, I say, all right, go ahead. You better. All right, I just haven't seen him show me that he's that type of player consistently.
Well, I will say this: I think that KPJ with his age, that's a benefit to him too. The problem is not only has he been injured, but again, it's the lower body injuries, the lower extremity injuries, ankle, knee, and hip. Fellas, that will zap your explosion. You watch every player, or you watch that explosion, that ankle, knee, and hip. Those are your 3 points. Those are your 3 points that you cannot take injuries to, or that's the stuff that'll chip away at your explosiveness over time. And KPJ has had injuries in one of those 3. I mean, so having said that, I mean, he is young, and KPJ, honestly, Trey, KPJ at $13 million a season for a player, that's a steal. I think that's a steal. I do think that's a steal.
He's healthy, yeah. If he's healthy, yeah, for sure.
That's what I'm saying. For a healthy KPJ,
yeah.
that is 100% a steal, just because of what he can do on both ends and the plays that he can make for you. Now, again, your best ability is availability, but I think if you're going to gamble on someone and give him a 3-4 year deal, do you do it on the guy that's 26? Yeah, he's got a little bit of an injury history, but I mean, youth is still there. Technically, hasn't reached his peak yet. Maybe if you can lock down a KPJ for $12 million a season, absolutely. I think there is no shortage of teams that would probably do that. Because worst case scenario, he comes off the bench for you, and we saw how he looked when he did that.
Right, so, yeah, because that's a 6-man kind of number too, and you've been paying a starter at that level. So yeah.
I'm gonna give you a wild take. Barring any injuries next year, KPJ is gonna be an all-star in the Milwaukee Bucks uniform.
I love it.
I think he has that type of ability. And like Trey mentioned, and like you mentioned too, JT, we saw bits and flashes of that. And Chris King is spot on with that. You cannot get that big bag until you can prove that you can be healthy for a year. And I'm sorry, man, we can't invest in you. It's like, man, you got that Corvette out there. She cold. 2021, all that stuff. But you know where she came from? She came from the last place they had a flood. So you can't give them that full price ask for that Corvette. You know it's some engine problems and stuff. You got to put in a little work into it. KPJ puts in a little work. He gets some of this stuff cleaned up. And maybe, again, JT, I talked about this with Trey on the last show. Maybe we need to send him along with Giannis to University of Wisconsin-Madison. They seem to be experts in this lower body type health stuff. If you look at the 2 Packers that went out there, you had Christian Watson, came back, really no problem since he's came back, no hamstring stuff anymore. And then you had what's the guy's name for the Raiders? Eric Stokes Jr. And he just got a big bag this year. And I'm not trying to kind of blur the water with football and basketball, but I'm just saying, Wisconsin-Madison seems to be figuring out something with these lower body injuries, and maybe we should send our couple of Bucks up there that seem to struggle with them as well.
So yeah,
Halliburton can't go though.
I'm not ready to go there with Giannis because I'm gonna tell you right now, I just can't do it. But I gotta get this out. You can't go to Madison if you in Athens. They're in opposite directions, brother. They are in opposite directions, brother. Listen, I Madison right on down the street.
It's true.
Hey,
not. I need
JT.
you to get in that car and go west.
That's
JT.
You going to General Mitchell and you going across. I can't. I can't do this with Giannis right now.
That's true.
JT, I think they told us last show they don't have any more Euroball this summer, so we might get a pass.
Well, but even that he go vacation. He go again. That's his home country. Even if he ain't hooping, even if he's not hooping, you seen the meme of him on the boat doing what that's what he do. He go to Greece every year. JT, that's a great point.
Listen, brother,
can't go to Mass if you're in Greece.
Walking around eating pitas and falafels, my brother. Man, stay up here in Milwaukee. Go ahead, stay in the middle, man. Go ahead, drive on down to Madison. Let them take care of you. Let them get your body right. Oh, you don't have a Bruce ball this year? Okay. Dedicate yourself to taking care of your body the whole time this off.
Give me that Chris Middleton, yo. Where's Chris?
Where is Cleese?
All I'm saying, man, if we on that, I need that same accent. You want to win championships, you want to win now, you want to do all this stuff.
I got to get the Gleese.
There you go.
I go to
there
Gleese.
You go. And JT's absolutely right. You gotta go west, man. You gotta get this body healthy. And he deserves. And hey, here's a fun fact for you Giannis fans that are not Bucks fans. If you want Giannis to be healthy and be the man that he is, he has to get some. This is what, JT, how many years did you mention? Every year you mentioned is 3 or 4 years in a row with lower body injuries, correct? Am I off?
Man, 1,000%. 1,000%. And it's 3 or 4 years with lower body injuries, and it's a calf injury every year. Every year.
I also don't like I think it's Cali 231 says KPJ also has a history of insanity. See, now that's not, again, now let's say on this, I'm not excusing it. Let's not take again, I've only heard of one issue. I don't know what's funny over here. I only heard of one issue. I don't know when you say that's like saying Rollins got a history of theft. And we should be worried that he stole from here this one time. Now he stole from Target one day. Now he gonna steal from somewhere. I can't. I mean, again, I'm gonna say that I hope he's learned his lesson from whatever that issue was. I can't say he has a history. You have someone has a history. That's like you got. A history is like multiple issues over and over and over again that you keep going through. I can't say he has a history.
I don't know, man. I mean, no. So I'm not arguing. We're arguing the same thing, but there's two. I'm arguing. I'm not saying KPJ has it. I'm saying that you could argue that somebody does something crazy, right? Like if you do something wild one time, you do have a history of.
I can't. No.
Doing that. It's not repeated behavior, but it's like, yeah, you do kind of got.
I would have to hear that he did that something else happened before I say okay.
But I think what you're trying to say.
If I said I heard Ron's been taking rolls of toilet paper from the locker room, y'all gotta.
You're looking. What it sounds like, Trey, is you're looking for a pattern.
I'm looking for a pattern. Yeah. I'm looking for
a pattern. Is what it looks like here, not an isolated incident, or what looks like, or at least appears to be an isolated incident. Which, by the way, can any of y'all pronounce KPJ's girlfriend's name?
I don't know her name.
My guess is Siri, but that don't look right.
I don't even know.
I have absolutely no idea. I'm quick side note, because the ADHD be whooping that ass. But I don't know. I mean, again, here's my only thing with KPJ. If you're going to talk about KPJ and insanity or whatever it is, well, the NBA cleared him. The NBA let him back in. And if you have a player that, well, I'm going to tell you right now, I would imagine at least 5 or 6 teams that would gladly take KPJ with his baggage, which again, I'm not excusing. It's a very bizarre situation. If you read the facts and you see what he the version of whatever the program he developed, and then how she withdrew some. I don't really know what exactly happened there, but I'll say that the league let him back in. Another franchise took the risk on him to let him back in at this point, so I can't.
And how long ago was that? What was this his third year back in the league? What was this?
2021 or something like that was like.
So again, I haven't heard anything from 2021. So I'm hoping that he's learned. This ain't even like a Deshaun Watson where it's 20 people that came
now that's
out
a pattern.
and
That's
said, right. That's a pattern. That's you got a history of this is what you do. That's all I'm saying.
And I keep trying to tell y'all, man, Deshaun Watson would have been able to avoid everything in the world if he just would have stopped turning over on that damn massage table. If he'd stayed face down, he would have just been weird. But because that man just had to, it's a tactical, a logistical error. No, but Deshaun, man, no, but in all seriousness, no, I understand what KPJ was charged with, and I don't want to make light of that situation, but I also have to understand that, what the end result in that was, what the determination was by the league, and how we've heard nothing else from him since. And like Trey always says, do we really think athletes should face penalties for their actions that the regular folks in society don't? It's a value judgment thing, but I think that if he in society, right, your plumber, your lawyer, your doctor, they may get a second chance with this. So I mean,
your president,
your president, right? So those athletes as well. Maybe they deserve a second chance too.
I just gotta say this real quick. I do got something on that. But Solomon Jules 48-46, that might be the comment of the night. That's why I laughed when you was talking, Trey. I couldn't hold that junkie. He said Giannis is not hurt because of those European games. His wife is draining his energy with all those kids. Yo. Y'all out of pocket tonight. I'm a Trey, where do you live?
Where I live? I live in Charlotte.
Trey lives in Charlotte. There's a gentleman who didn't get charged with something. He pled out today. Talk about Miles Bridges. Now the Charlotte Hornets are winning. He's playing great basketball. Trey, you and I went to the game. They gave him a standing ovation when he returned. And you don't hear nothing about this in the Charlotte media. Correct me if I'm wrong, Trey.
You don't. I think, now again, I will say you do hear it in NBA circles. You go to again, and here's the other thing I'll say though on this, Justin, which I have to remember this sometimes. Twitter is Twitter. And again, if you go a lot of what the hell? If you go a lot of different places and you talk to people and you're not just talking about what Twitter is, and again, you have to remember through a lot of things, Twitter is its own thing. And just because Twitter has made up its mind that's how or social media's made up their mind, that's how they feel about a situation, it's very clear. You go to presidential elections, you go to wherever you want to go, it's very clear there's a whole nother subset of people out there in the world who don't subscribe themselves to what's going on Twitter. So again, I think the Miles Bridges thing, I think the KPJ thing, I think it's a very big topic on Twitter. I think in other circles, it's not. That's not as prevalent where people are hanging on to the every allegation of whatever that's going on. Again, listen. Like I said, I know JT won't like this, but I saw something the other day. Listen, you say whatever you want to say. Say whatever you want to say. If they let R. Kelly out for a concert, it would sell it. It would sell out tomorrow. And it would sell out in 5 minutes. It just would. I'm telling you, it would. No question. No, I'm just saying. There's people out. It would sell. It would sell out. Kanye West.
Robert Kelly. You think Robert Kelly can sell a concert right? I think he's
not
probably
a question.
right.
Not a question. Kanye. I give you another one. Kanye West. Kanye West announced he's doing a show. I believe he's doing a show in L.A. And I can't remember when.
Is that real? I saw something like that. Was that real?
Yes, sold out in 5 minutes. The tickets
pre-sale
sold out in 5 minutes.
And you know why? You know why, Trey? Because one of the strongest emotions that we have as adults that grow that takes the time to develop is nostalgia. That's why. Because these guys are tremendous artists. They are all timers. Put them on whatever top 10 list, respective top 10 list they belong on. These guys have the ability to play songs and make people feel a certain way and take them back to where. Because I'll tell you right now, Ain't nobody going to R. Kelly's concert for new music. You're not going for new music. What you want? No, you going because you want to hear that TV.
Chocolate Factory, yes, sir.
You want to hear that 12 play. You want to hear all that. That's why you want to R. Kelly. Same thing with Kanye West. I don't know. Nobody going to his concert for new music. Come on, no, ain't nobody come on and stop it. His concert is not selling out for new music. His concert is selling out for the first 5 albums.
Nah. Come on now.
They still got the fire, dog.
Yeah,
they still got the fire, dog.
Yes.
You had me with the R. Kelly. You lost me with the Kanye.
You telling me that people are not going to see Kanye for the college dropout, the graduation, late.
Oh, they are, but they're also going to see for other stuff too.
My beautiful dark twisted fantasy and the joint with Runaway after that too. You telling me that people not really going to see that? Yes, he has some other stuff after that, but that's what you telling me that.
I think
that's sell it in 5 minutes. It's because of your overall body of work, typically. Unless you're a Taylor Swift or something where you just are hot.
He had listening parties for the new stuff y'all said was trash that sold out.
That's facts.
Oh, okay.
And he could go on tour with Ty Dolla $ign and only do that album he did with Ty Dolla $ign and probably sell it out too. Like Kanye's an icon. I think it's a little different and I think he's a little bit more relevant. And his stuff, some of the stuff he said is absolutely atrocious. We way out of pocket right now.
We're reining back in after this.
I'm gonna say this because I'm a big Kanye fan too. I think Kanye's in my top 5 of all time. By the way, though,
man,
as it should be.
And I'm gonna stop with this. Okay, but I'm
second best Rockefeller artist ever.
Listen, man, stop.
Second.
Stop. Because Sean Carter just
is one.
Sean Carter is probably the most gifted.
Kanye watched him on the album they did together, but okay.
I mean, okay. Sean Carter did body of work. I think edges out Kanye.
Kanye damn near made Jay-Z because he made all the beats. But anyway, all right.
No,
my bad.
There's a lot of. If you're not Jay-Z, you're not Jay-Z for always using great producers.
Does Trey wear the parachute when he jumps off the cliff, or does he just fly? I just want to know.
He's jumping all the way out the window. No, the problem I have with Kanye, and we got to get back to it with this though. What do? Say some wild shit, then release some. Either it's a half-ass apology or it's some shit that's been massaged a ton of times by a bunch of lawyers and PR firms, right? And people stop reading probably in the second paragraph and just wait for the Twitter summary or whatever for people to post clips of it and keep this thing pushing, right? I think people want to feel good. People want nostalgia. People do. And it's like, hey, Kanye West is going on sale. Oh, these tickets are reasonable. All right. Well, I think I'm going to go see it. You know why? Because I want to hear him perform stronger. That's why. I want to hear the good life. That's why. I mean, look, I just think
JT's all right, you showing your age. Showing the age and think, oh, he got it.
Listen.
I'm going to hear.
Call me if you want to, but tell me where the lie was that I said.
I'm telling you that. I'm telling you.
Let me say one quick thing. I'm going to hear the song with Lil Durk. I'm going to hear all that stuff, and I'm going to hear the other stuff. But real quick,
except for Wayne.
Can I pause? Can I pause our top 5 of all time that Trey was absolutely wrong on? Top Rockefeller. I just want to say, man, if you're in the chat right now and you really think you know college basketball better than the 3 of us, but more importantly, if you know it better than my young Brody out there, who's right now at this Texas NC State game, 64-59 in the final 2 minutes of the game, hit that damn bracket challenge, put your $10 in, and let's have a payday.
The link.
Trey trying to call me up like he ain't part of the club.
I'm not. I'm not.
You trying to call me up like he I'm not. Like Trey's still a big brother. What did you say before this? What did you say? Oh man, I can't. Oh man,
if you pull the phone in here, the phone is here.
I am about to have to up the what they do what them old people doing. They put the font up. They put the font up on the phone. Yeah, I might have to go up a size in the font on the phone because it's rough reading.
Hey, no BS.
Settings in your iPhone.
Yeah, these comments kicking my ass. I can't read nobody. Let you know basketball. I can't read this. Let you know basketball says talking about that. See, JT don't even know the Carnival song. He don't even know the Carnival song from Kanye.
I sure don't.
I'm saying you ain't up on that game. Solomon Jewell says Kanye better than Jay Beans will give him trouble. Derek Clayton, yeah, there we go. Derek Clayton said it's the all unk show. All right,
Unk show. That's
calm
what I'm saying.
down.
The only one that's not an unk is Chris King.
That's not true, y'all.
He's
Yeah, that's not
in the
true.
YN range right now.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
That's not true. I was anyway, 92 around here. I ain't 92 around here.
You're way too old to be a YN. You got a 529? Okay. No longer
Trey definitely because his playlist on T's and Q's was older than mine.
Nah, that was JT. No, see, that was JT.
I'm an 80s
That's
baby.
what JT had to be. That's what JT had the music.
Hey,
that
man,
was JT had
music,
old score.
I just like music, brother. Listen, man, I like music. Yes, and I think R&B's been shit since like I don't know.
Well, it has been. I agree with that.
Ass. So yes, I'm gonna play the classics. I'd rather him mint condition than God knows whoever you're gonna throw out here that's with auto tune that's like with mediocre lyrics at best. Like, yeah, I'm sorry. Guys.
All right, let me try to get us back on track. Here, let me try and get us back on track. Somebody asked, I can't find it anymore, but somebody asked if they were still, I can't find it, but somebody asked if you were still on the Rollins. Should Rollins be? Are you in favor of Rollins coming back, or would you rather him be traded? Do you? I want to get your thoughts right there on Rollins. Is he a guy you want to see back, or is he a guy that you think, hey, especially again for value on his contract, one of the best for a guy playing like he's playing, the value's there. Would you like to see the Bucks really go after somebody like a real star, if you will, trying to use him? Wow, NC State. Trying to go after a real star if they use him, or would you want to see Ryan Rollins back on his basketball team?
So my thing with Ryan Rollins is the only way I'm trading Ryan Rollins is I have to get a player. I am not trading Ryan Rollins for 2 first round. I'm not doing it. One, because I don't trust this current organization when it comes to draft picks, and I need to be proven otherwise. And 2, I think Ryan Rollins can get better from where he's at now, and his jump from last year to this year has been crazy. And I think under the right coach, he's only going to get better and better. And I agree with you, Trey. It's arguably the best contract in the NBA this year when you look at the production and the dollars and cents. I mean, that means something. That means something for a lot of different teams. And he signed a 3-year deal before the season, right? So if you traded him, you would still have 2 years under this current deal. Is that right?
Let me see. I can tell you 1 second.
I think that's right.
No, because I think he has a player option one of these years.
He signed a 3-year deal, right?
Yeah, I think there's a. Let me see. So he has this year, next year, and then that year after that would be a player option. Which again, if he keeps playing at this level, he would definitely opt out of that. So you have one more. So you really only have one more guaranteed year with Rollins before he has a player option.
Yeah, but even then though, I think again, I think I said this a couple shows ago. I'm cool with keeping Rollins through the offseason. And then if you move him during the regular, if you need to move him during the regular season, fine. Unless you have to throw him in to get a super, which I'd imagine if you're going to get a guard, if you're going to try to get a superstar guard or elite player, any team's probably going to want you to throw him in addition to some, just because he is so inexpensive from a compensation perspective.
The thing that scares me about trading Rollins is one thing we can see from last year to this year and even earlier on in his career, and I know it's pretty young and it's in his infancy, is that brother will go and he will work all summer long. So, Trey, we were kind of talking about it a couple shows ago, and JT, you may have remembered it too. We talked about Steven. What was a boy named the Castle Boy down there in San Antonio? Is he better than him right now? Is he better than this guy? Is he better than that guy? And right now, I think we would all unequivocally agree that's a no. However, you can't deny a guy with the work ethic.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Ryan has that. So could Ryan end up having a better career than Castle? I'm not saying he will, but it's not super far-fetched. Can he have a better career than John Morant had? Well, I don't know. Ja's fall from grace was so hard. Potentially he could. But we'll have to see, man. We got to get something back that really moves the needle. And you got to ask Mr. 34, the biggest buck of all time. Shout out to Quavo, one of the rappers that JT don't know shit about. It's up to the biggest buck of all time. Sorry.
All right, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'd probably be more apt to because again, I'm with. Wow, there's some big time shot making NC State Texas right now. But again, I'm probably with you guys. King says Detroit strong. What up, though? Ryan Rollins. But yeah, I think that you're right, Jake. It had to be you had to be telling me it's a hard sell. It's a hard sell to tell me I got to give up Ryan Rollins because again, like Justice's point, I think I'm looking for. Does he have that net? Does he have another leap in him? Because you saw the leap he took from last year to this year. If he has another leap in him, yeah, it can get real nasty with how good he can be. And again, sky's the limit. And I think they talked about on the broadcast tonight where Doc Rivers talked about his natural position is a 2. So I think he was playing a little bit out of position this year as well with all the injuries to KPJ, having to handle the ball as much as he did. If you could get him into his real natural playing the 2, a guy that can get you off the dribble, but really his strength is that catch and shoot 3, and he can defend wingspan. Yeah, I think you're in a real good shape there. If you're the Bucks, I want to transition into the injury status of Giannis before we get into some other stuff, including college basketball. But Giannis with the hyperextension of the knee. They say they're going to reevaluate him in 1 week. Are you? Is it time to shut it down? Is it for him and for the team? Like I know we've talked about before, you can't stop him if he wants to play. But is it for him? Is it like is this? Hey, you've done enough. There's nothing else the Bucks can do. You're still 6 games or whatever it is out of 10. You're not catching nobody. I think, man, it's crazy. The Hawks won like 9 games in a row, and they didn't move up one. They're in 9th or whatever it is. So, what? Wow, is that NC State ball? Wow. Wow, this is a crazy comeback late in this game. But where are you guys set? Where are you guys on Giannis? Should he give it up?
You know, Trey, you make a really good point. You've been one of the few voices on Twitter that made this point. People say, well, if he gets hurt, then you have a problem. Well, but wait a minute. If he gets hurt, then that means that the Bucks' chances of keeping him are exponentially higher, right? Depending on the injury that happens. If it's a major significant injury, then you have a problem because you never know how that recovery is going to go. You just never know, right? That's always a gamble there. If it's something like a torn Achilles or torn ACL, that becomes an issue. What? You good, bro?
What's up?
I think we're watching an NC State Texas game.
Okay.
Yeah, you good.
I was like, yo, what? What's this dude doing? Yeah, I think you do have that point you made is important as well. I think at this point it's tough because we have not seen a lot of Giannis this year. He has missed a lot of time. He's missed a lot more time. And I think that some people may be wondering, is this going to become a trend, right? He's missed not a lot of time the last 3 years, but he's not been available 2 of those years in the playoffs, right? He was not available for his team, or got injured during. So there are questions about longevity. If Giannis, having said that, I think you got to think about it here. If Giannis finishes out the season, does that answer any of those questions about longevity, long-term wear and tear, aging? Is this going to be a recurring thing? Are we just going to have to expect these lower body extremities from him because he just plays the game so aggressively? And he's 32 now. He's going to be 32. He's no longer 28. I think those are certainly fair questions. I think the only way you don't play him is if you really do think there's a strong chance that you're going to trade him. But I would personally like to see Giannis play a few more games this year. With the team before you shut him down.
Sorry. Oh, wow.
Welcome to March.
Wow, what a shot. Who was that?
Texas, NC State.
Texas, NC State. Wow. NC State came back, tied this game all the way up.
I'm watching his face. I'm like, what you looking at cheeks, bro? What's wrong, man? Like, what you got the webcam and the Onyx, bro?
No.
Magic City. You got the Magic City feed. Somebody got the Magic City on the Streamies.
Nah, ain't nobody got the Magic City on the Streamies.
Yeah, one thing about Cream City crossover, we're all in favor of Magic City Mondays, by the way, though, dude.
Hey, man.
Hey,
what was the question again? I forgot the question.
We used to have DB meetings at stadium at Howard.
We need a Cream City crossover one. We need a Cream City crossover meeting.
We had enough for the wings. They had wings in stadium too.
Hey, this offseason, we doing a draft party at Onyx in Charlotte, sponsored by JT's Black Card. What's the question again? I forgot, man.
The question was, is Giannis with the knee? Should
Oh,
they
yeah,
shut
yeah.
it down because of the knee issues?
So JT, we talked about it a second ago, right? And you talked about him going east instead of going west. So I say you shut it down with the condition. Giannis, you got to go to Madison. You got to get this lower body looked at, and we got to kind of figure this stuff out. Because I think if he is going to plan to go to Greece, and it's no time like Santorini in the summer, right? If he's out there and he's having a good time out there, we got to make sure we get this stuff straight with his lower body, man. Because look, I hate to see Giannis play for anyone else. I think y'all already know. We've said it a bajillion times on the show. At least I have. If he hoops anywhere else, it's F him until he retires as a Buck. But I don't want to see him keep getting hurt. And I'm really worried about this lower body to calf stuff. Calves lead to Achilles. Achilles lead to, Dominique Wilkins lost every piece of athleticism he had in his body when he tore that Achilles. So, it's just tough. But
for what it's worth, though, a lot of guys now, you saw DeJounte Murray's come back. You saw Jason Tatum's come back. They feel like the Achilles is the new ACL, where guys are able to get back after that and still play well.
But here's the caveat to that. Are you seeing guys come back in their 30s like that, right? Because DeJounte Murray and Jason Tatum, they were a lot younger, right? You don't want to see somebody pop that Achilles at 32, 33. Yes, Kobe did tear his at, what was he, like 30? But game was a bit different there. And he played 2 seasons after tearing his Achilles? Was it 2 or 3 years after that? That's the thing though.
Kobe was like 4. How old was Kobe? Kobe was late 30s.
He was he 36 when he tore that Achilles?
He tore it in 15, I believe. Was it 15? No, 15. Yeah, 15.
2 3 years after that.
Because I went to the game where he played in Charlotte. He went crazy, and then the next night he tore it in Memphis.
He tore it in 2013. 13? Yep, ruptures. Yes, that's how old you are. He tore it in. You thought it was 15. He tore it in 13. And then he. How long did he went? And when did he stop playing? His last year was 16. So played.
What did he tear? That might be
rotator cuff, right? Did he tear his rotator cuff too?
I thought he had multiple lower body injuries though.
I know that Achilles the Achilles was that one-hitter quitter for a lot of people for a long time. Like Trey said,
and I think so. In 13 he had a torn Achilles, 14 he had a knee fracture, and 15 he had a torn rotator cuff. So he went through a number of different injuries late in the.
I think JT's right though. Like the testament isn't Jason Tatum, it isn't Tyrese Halliburton. Let's see how Dame comes back.
Yeah, like that's another thing. I would be stunned if Damian Lillard's going to be 37 the next time he plays.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's right. I think Damian's going to be about 37 the next time he plays. Yeah, I don't know. I think that the only thing about Giannis though is that you could argue that he plays a more explosive game than Tatum and Halliburton. You could argue and you could argue that he weighs a lot more. He's a lot bigger. It's a lot more pounding for him too. It's a lot more wear and tear on those joints. And so, you do have to take that into account. But I hope this is an anomaly and this is just a year where and maybe we can get that corrected. Like Justin said, maybe the guys down in Madison can figure this thing out, get his body right. Because what you can't have is the same thing next year. You get another calf injury, you start getting this, you start getting the groin, and then you just have a problem. The other thing is, and I'm not really that deep into kinesiology, but muscles connect, right? You start overcompensation. You see this all the time. Guys end up having, hamstring issues. Your hamstrings are too because they're too quad dominant, right? So their hamstrings are too weak. Just all this stuff is connected too. So you got to think about that.
Well, also to your point, yeah, that the Kobe injury history was the December. So in December. Well, no, that don't make sense. Never mind. Keep going. Keep going. Sorry. That don't make sense. Go ahead. Sorry.
Why are you looking up? Can you see the injury he tore in Memphis? That's the one that I'm kind of confused in my old age. I guess I'm senior unk, you're junior unk. we got this thing in Kappa, man. You got these junior senior Kappas, and I think Trey is a junior senior.
I ain't
That's
no junior.
what he is, JT. He on that cusp.
He had
somebody in the chat here.
December 13th when he had the lateral tibial plateau fracture, and that was the knee fracture. Was in Memphis.
Connor, somebody said Kobe only played one full season after tearing the Achilles.
Well, that makes sense because in 14 he had the rotator cuff injury in 14. Yeah, so I mean, again, we talk about all the time. You don't get healthier the older you get. Well, no, because I'm looking. Yeah, 13 he played 6 games, 14 he played 35 games, and 15, 16 he played 66 games. So, it didn't work out for him after the fact.
Alpha Chimpanzee 1 bringing up the fact that Sims didn't close out the basketball game, and then said Harden with the WWE suplex move on Sims to take him out of his rhythm. Absolute blasphemy in the NBA. Do y'all brothers have any credence to that? Because I mean, we talked about Cam Thomas a little bit, but I didn't even realize it till appreciate you, brother or sister. I don't know if Alpha Chimpanzee means brother or sister, so I made that mistake once. But y'all got any credence to that with Sims not closing out the basketball game?
I mean, I think he Pete Nance was playing. Pete Nance was hooping. I mean, Pete Nance playing a hell of a basketball game tonight. So yeah, it would have been hard pressed to throw Sims back in. And I know Sims went out early with the I don't know if he got stitches or what in his lip or whatever when he got hit by Harden. So that was I don't take anything into it. Sims was playing well. Bobby almost had 20 tonight. Rollins was playing well. KPJ was playing well. And then you had, I think Torian was in there for a lot at the end of that game, and AJ Green was in too. So I don't take anything of it. And again, he was in the spot because I think Jericho's better when you're able to play him with like when you have Miles, when you have Giannis, you could play him off those guys, and it's like a different look when you're preparing for a Miles Turner. When it's just Jericho, like I don't think Jericho is a 30-minute a night guy on a normal. I think that's a tough look for him. All right. Let's keep rolling. Did we I don't know. I thought we lost JT for a second. Let's keep rolling.
JT got Pornhub legal in Illinois, so he busy.
Right. Yeah. Got the hub, man. Stay away from that hub, stay away from that red tube or whatever.
Let's keep rolling. Let's do
right.
Yeah, because it's already midnight. I'm trying to get up out of here. Let's do Twitter real quick, and then we'll go to some NCAA stuff. Again, I put the link in the chat. A couple. What's up?
I think we've retired game balls for the rest of this year.
Yeah,
right?
game balls been retired. Game balls retired.
No
all right, let's go to Twitter. At AZip70 says hard fought game. I love how Kuz didn't play in the entire fourth. Something must be done about AJ Green this offseason. I love how Cam Thomas is in the doghouse, even though he's been brutal lately. At Ellis is ready. Says the Bucks, a great game tonight. -2 starters versus a healthy Cavs team. And what I like the most about tonight, they played hard for 48 minutes. At Sunk345 says good game. The guys we know are good play good, and the guys we know we have to get rid of play bad. Don't know why Kuzma and Sims didn't get playing time over Bobby down the stretch, but whatever. At least we can tank ethically. At Kevin Porter MVP said perfect game. Great Oos, KPJ, Nance, and Rollins development. Got the loss for the tank. Now tied with Chicago for 9th in the tank standings. At eRyan99 said games like this are always tough. Plus, I believe that this team has talent. Just a matter of putting them in great positions. And then the last one from at Dohef19 said 87th fireable offense of the season, calling a timeout with 48 seconds left. Think he had one more and getting a technical. Wasn't a timeout. He was trying to get a challenge in, but you're right. He didn't have any game ball. He didn't have any timeouts. So they weren't able to use it. Like we said. Go ahead.
It's two things I would push back on. My bad, just real quick. So, first of all, with the Bobby stuff, like if you listen to Reggie Miller and those guys talk, he's one of our most consistent offensive players since the All-Star game. he might be playing at his best level as a Milwaukee Buck, at least in the last few seasons, right? And then with the Doc Rivers thing, like, yeah, it's egregious, it's stupid. We weren't winning this basketball game when he did it anyways. I'd be much more upset if it was a 1 or 2 point, if it was a 1 point game or a 2 point game and he did it, but man, the game was cooked. Who cares?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm with you. But Doc was. It's one of those things, man, where Doc just continues to have rough. He continues to have rough outings as a coach, and it just feels like it's over. It feels like it's over for him. And I just can't see a scenario where they bring him back. No strays. Super chat says I'm old enough to remember when 30-13 wasn't good enough for Bucks fans. Life comes at you fast. Well, no, yeah, that there were some Bucks fans that were like that. There were some. Not the Cream City crossover. We were more than happy with 30-13, but yes,
30-13 and a historic offense.
I wish we were 30-13 now. Right,
I think
hold on. Who has a all right? Somebody who has a account says Trey Crosby a third stand. Good, come on now. Who done made a? Come on now. Who done made a YouTube account like that now? Come on now.
That's funny.
Come on now.
That is kind of funny.
All right.
Guru go.
Guru.
All
right.
For those strays, we would be remiss on our podcast. So if we didn't give our resident Celtics fan a happy St. Patrick's Day, y'all cats stay in the green and white. Hey man, this dude. One thing about this dude, no strays, man. He comes in, he gives the zingers.
Hey, and he be in here when the Celtics don't even got nothing to do with the Celtics. He be in here, don't matter.
Hey, man.
So I give him credit.
Welcome.
And he 10 toes down though, bro. Like he will come in here when the Celtics lose by 30 to us and still hold it down. I respect the homie, man. If I would have got out to Boston, if it wasn't no apocalypse of snow in Boston that time, man, I would have told you meet me at the game. We gonna have a good time, man. I'm gonna drink Dunkin' Donuts. I just ain't gonna let you know I'm doing it though. But hey, good dude, man. I know they're calling for him to get booted a couple weeks ago. Hey, he one of them dudes that's here supporting regardless of that, man. Much love to you. I hope your Celtics bow in the first round. I hope y'all lose to the Hornets or something like that. Just because.
You know what? I'm touched by that, Justin. But good to see you give him some love. You got what's old girl's name that's never gonna get that kind of love from you to be
JT, I ain't effing with you. Only day I'm effing with you on that is the days that don't end in Y, man. F out of here.
Let's see.
Oh, we not calling her out? Okay. We not calling her out because Justin showed Justin to show his entire ass. Is he mad?
Hey, I have nothing to say.
Did we establish that's a real person or is that somebody's burner account? Is that old boy buddy's burner account that was wilding last year?
No. I think it's a real person.
It's my ex-wife, probably.
Do again. So I did just post again one more time the Cream City crossover bracket challenge again. Get your bracket. The field's set now. You got Texas goes in first four. You saw Howard beat the dog piss out of UMBC tonight. So that's good stuff out in Dayton. So the field is set. Get your brackets in. Again, it's a $10 per sheet. I think you can fill out up to 10 sheets. Go ahead and join us. Get the money to me. You can ask me if you want to ask me on Twitter how to get it at TCIIYEEE. But yeah, you send your sheet name in with it as well. And with Venmo, PayPal, all that good stuff. Cash App. I think my Cash App's at TCIIESQ21. But yeah, we'll figure it out.
Secondary one or no?
Say what?
The secondary one at Magic City Killer.
Yeah. Nah.
2026. Is that the other one, JT? That's the other one.
Nah, that's the JT account.
Real quick, Trey.
Go ahead.
No strays. You got to get in this bracket challenge. Like, if we need anybody, we need you to be in there. We need to be no strays in because we can't beat your Celtics here, so we got to get you belt to ass on the brackets.
Will Lindquist, is that so? You do a 2-hour commute? He's at every game. He says I'll fill the bracket out once home for the 2-hour commute. So do you do a 2-hour commute to every single game? Man, that's commitment,
Love
Will.
it.
So
Love it.
I got some stuff to mail out. I'm
Hope
sure you
hope
need
he
to.
wins. Hope Will Lindquist wins the bracket challenge. He can go
nah,
to
I
go to
hope I
Silk.
win. I hope I win.
Go to Silk afterwards.
Derek
Shit.
Clayton
Where
says
these
he'll.
gas
all
prices
homies
are, you might have to go to the gas station.
Yeah, that's right. Derek Clayton says he'll get in tomorrow.
Yes.
But yeah, everybody jump in. And like I said, there's more information on Twitter on all that. Again, this should be fun. It was fun last year. So again, tell a friend about the Cream City crossover bracket challenge as well. Again, I guess I haven't filled out my. I mean, I got brackets and I haven't filled mine out yet. I was waiting for tonight to see what the results are going to be. But then we'll fill it out and we'll like I said, we'll have some fun. With
Howard to the
bracket
championship.
challenge. Hey, I might have Howard going beat Michigan. I don't know. We'll see.
If Howard go to the championship, we need a Cream City crossover live in Indy.
Oh, if Howard win the first
round,
round,
if Howard make it to the championship, everybody got to go.
Everybody might as well.
JT pay it too.
I might get one of y'all ticket. If Howard makes it to the Natty, I tell you what, if Howard makes it to the Natty, I'll buy both of y'all tickets.
Bet.
Here
we go.
I'll buy both of y'all.
Hey, and I ain't trying to be up in it. Where's that, Lucas Oil? I ain't trying to be up in the top of that damn stadium either. I can't see nothing from up top.
Can I tell y'all something? Real?
JT off the black card.
Let me give y'all experience.
Say what?
So, University of Wisconsin, Kentucky, we went in the joint, right? 2015, Lucas Oil Stadium as well. $700 and some. We was in the nosebleeds for the NFL. And I was with my partner, my frat brother. He looked down and, we went down there to it'd be about upper level in the Spectrum Center, Trey. Every seat filled up next to us, except for our two. And we sat there and we watched it. Most epic experience. So I tell you, man, JT, because we joking about this Trey stuff, but you're close enough and you're Arizona alum. You got Bucky in your bracket. You know how that works out the last 2 times you got to see a bracket.
Yeah, Arizona's going to the Final Four. You can book that this year. Stop playing. This Arizona
you pulling up to Indy?
Arizona team is the best team in America. Stop playing. Michigan look real good. Michigan should have lost to Wisconsin. Wisconsin took it to Michigan up until those last minute or two or whatever it is. Wisconsin was coming for that ass. And what did Purdue do? Michigan weakened them. And Purdue went ahead and hit him with the knockout punch, right? Mm-hmm. Duke, without Duke starting point guard, they squeaked by UVA, which UVA was, UVA is a good team. They squeaked by UVA they looking vulnerable. Yes, Arizona lost in the second round, barely beat Iowa State with a game winner by Jaden Bradley, but Iowa State, the top 4 team, what you want? Okay, at that point, and everybody gets a little bit better come tournament time. This Arizona Wildcats team that took it to those Houston Cougars, this Arizona Wildcats team is the best in America. There's no question about America. America. Let me have one from you.
JT, America. You didn't answer my question, though. You should have. Well, first of all, let Trey preface for the look around. Then we'll come right back to this. We got to come back to this.
Well, no, we in the look around. We ain't got. Listen, man. The Bucks so damn JT. Sorry. We ain't got to go all the way, dog. We in the look around.
The last time Bucky was in your bracket, what happened?
Oh, you're talking about Bucky. Well, hold on.
14
and
15.
Wisconsin and Arizona been in the same bracket period?
Twice,
yeah. They played each other in the NCAA tournament.
We ain't talking about that. We talking about bracket.
Oh, no, I'm just asking this question. Is that the last time Arizona and Wisconsin been in the same bracket? Was 2011?
No, 15.
2015 is the last time they've been in the same bracket?
And then they were in there 14, too. Both Elite 8 games, too. Back-to-back Elite games.
I thought that was earlier than I thought that was like 2012, 2013.
Nah, that's Frank Kaminsky years, 14 and 15, back-to-back.
14 and 15. Yeah, no, look, the Sean Miller-led Arizona team lost. They lost to the Wisconsin Badgers, who went around and shit themselves in the next round. Yes, that's exactly what happened. They did. And so both teams went home with nothing. Both teams went home with nothing. All Wisconsin got was a better seat on the banana boat in Cancun.
JT.
They should have handles on it.
You don't get T-shirts for Elite 8. We got T-shirts for Final Four twice on your.
I mean, that's great, right? How many? Did you get a national championship T-shirt too?
We can't help it that
Last
Coach KP
time
is
Wisconsin won one. I know your black ass didn't get one because Wisconsin didn't win one before. Wisconsin won a national championship when segregation was a thing. Stop playing with me.
I got some African. I got some
t-shirt. What
I
your
got some African cousins. I got one for 15.
You got what? A national championship shirt for 15?
Yeah, I got some African cousins. They sent it to me.
Didn't make it. That's what you getting. That's what you getting. The shit they giving out in the islands where they print the t-shirts for the Super Bowl losers that say Super Bowl champions, and they get that shit away. That's what you talking about. You got
yeah. I just told you I got some African cousins. They sent me one.
Okay, good. All right. So, I like it. And I like the fact that you got because I mean, to be honest with you, I can find a Wisconsin national championship t-shirt. There's some brothers selling fake hats. They probably got one under the table in NYC or somewhere. I can get a Wisconsin national championship. I can make one.
Trey Crosby third stand said JT reminds me of Jabari Parker for some reason.
Just be very careful of Nicholas Boyd and John Blackwell. Just saying. Be very careful.
No. Here's the truth of the matter. This Wisconsin team is far better than what people are giving it credit for. I think this.
JT, can I pause you? Can I pause you 1 second? Can I pause you? One quick second. Can I pause? Hey Trey, this boy hella hype now. He ain't been this hype. He ain't been this hype in 3 months.
Hey, he ready for his. Hey, he about. Make sure you hear when Arizona get that ass whooped too. Make sure you hear
some haters here. Both of y'all are happy that your team's even in the tournament in the first place. Y'all
God.
Trey Crosby got the audacity. Matter of fact, Trey, you know what? This is what I do. Who's how we're playing that first round?
Michigan.
Who's how we're playing that first round?
Michigan.
If Howard wins, I give you $100. If they lose,
that ain't enough.
That ain't enough. $100. I do a one-sided bet with you.
Let's see what that spread looking like.
You said what?
So let me see what that spread looking like.
We'll keep
winning 30.
You want to take the spread of the NCAA tournament game? This is a joke.
Yeah.
You're playing right now. You take the spread of the NCAA
JT,
tournament.
you gotta up that ante. If Howard beat Michigan, you kind of got to bring that brother to whatever establishment he wants to go to, and his night's on you. Whatever you want to do.
You see,
we're talking about going to stadium in DC and sending those other Howard cheerleaders that didn't make quite the team, if you get what I'm saying, to finish the rest of that Howard degree.
Howard cheerleaders. Hey, listen, man, DC got some decent spots, like Trey said. I don't know, stadium's still a thing.
I don't know if it's still a thing. Hey, the spread 30.
I'm taking Trey to a hole in the wall strip club where everything is fully eliminated.
On Georgia Ave?
You can wear white tee, come home with streaks on his shirt. What is it, body makeup or is it glitter? I don't know what that is.
Howard 31.5-point dogs right now.
Yeah, JT, you gotta come off more than $100 off of 31.5 dogs.
It's crazy. If I put $5 to win, they win. That's $205.
Yeah, JT.
They 31 and a point. They 31.5 had under.
Ooh. Yeah. We'll keep it under 31.5.
Ooh. But wait a minute, we talking about advance. I'm talking about Howard winning a tournament game.
I ain't worried about winning. I know we're going to keep it on 31.5. Don't worry about that. We'll keep it on 31.5.
JT, they won a tournament. They won a tournament game today.
It's not an upset if Howard loses by 17.
Oh, that would be an upset.
No, it ain't.
We don't upset. Yeah. We don't upset. That's a good showing.
Now we play.
Do you remember the when they lost? I can't remember. It was a couple years ago. I guess it was because Kamala was in the vice president, and they lost in the NCAA tournament. And she walked in there and in the locker room talking about how we were proud. It was so stupid, man.
What was Kamala doing? You know what you should have done, Kamala? You should have gone to the send-off. You should have jumped before the game, went in there and hyped everybody. You know what I'm saying? You should have, when teams are leaving for the tournament, the whole campus line up and wish them well and cheer them when they walk into the bus. That's when Kamala should have hit him with the dap up. Like, that's the time. But you coming in afterwards talking about like what? Like it's a Again, we could have avoided a lot of this mess if some of y'all like Kamala a little bit more, but I
that's another story.
Welcome to T's and Q's.
I want to ask, did y'all see this Kenyon Martin stuff? This is the last thing I got. Did y'all see the Kenyon Martin stuff? Where okay, well I guess we can wait. This is you had to really see the video. I can't really explain what.
I
I
saw
think I
the
know what you're talking about. I think I know what you're talking
So he basically, I don't know why he had somebody from Gil's Arena. What they must have been recording something, doing something. I don't know. But anyway, one of the either producers, cameraman, somebody like that, he had him in his crib doing whatever. He had him over a couple times, and he kept making him mention he had him with his family. Anyway, that dude on like another podcast or something basically talked about how King Martin be stuttering all the time and how he can't get no words out on the show because he be stuttering. So Kenyon Martin goes on Gil's Arena, is on the show, and in the middle of the show, so this is like something separate. He then calls the dude out in the middle of the show and has him come over there talking to him. You gotta see the video. And he basically talked to him like a little kid, telling him, I ain't apologize for this, da da da. It was a mess. Anyway, somebody mentioned it in the chat too. I just wondered if you guys got to see it, and then like I just wonder what you thought about it. I thought Kenyon Martin did a little much. I thought it was a lot going on to call the dude out like that. It was real awkward. Everybody's kind of silent because it was kind of crazy. But yeah, I had to send it to you. Let y'all see it. And then we can talk about it, but I don't know. Like I said, if y'all,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, okay. So you want to be a tough guy here. So Kenny, you mad? Your feelings was hurt. So what happened? So the guy called him out for stuttering. He put some clips together or something. Or was he just airing
Nah, he was just on a podcast. I think on his own, like as a guest, and somebody else was like, "Hey man, Kenyon Martin is real." He was like, "Yeah, Kenyon Martin is about the best thing on Gil's Arena," and then that dude was like, Kenyon Martin, he can't even get no words out. Motherfucker be stuttering all the time. He can't even get nothing out. He can't even talk.
Oh.
And then, it was
Kenyon
like...
Martin decided to call him out on the other show.
And then Kenyon Martin's like, the public... It's already a public apology. It was a whole mess, but...
So what did the dude do? Did the dude apologize? Or was he
he apologized. We said it was funny because he tried to apologize a couple weeks previously. He tried to apologize, and I guess Kenyon Martin didn't know what he was talking about. And so then somebody sent him the clip, and that's when Kenyon Martin called him out. Yeah, but anyway, it was a mess. I think all them dudes just are like hyper. What I think it was real. You trying to do the big boy moment where you like are just trying to one up somebody. You want a moment. I think all those dudes are a bit. Rashad McCants, Gil, even BJ. I think all of them they're past their prime, and they want to still be relevant, and so this is their way to be relevant. But I saw another. I thought Shannon Sharp did too much. Did you see when he went off on Ocho? Because Ocho, so Ocho missed Ocho missed the Ocho. ISO. Joe Johnson's on their show. So Ocho, I guess, has been asking Joe Johnson forever to come on to go to a Hawks game. Joe Johnson invites him to a game, gets all tickets set up. Ocho cancels at the last minute. And is like, I got to go to my kid. They moved his kid's birthday party up, so he had to go to the kid's birthday party. And so again, that was a whole. But Shannon Sharp, it's like Shannon Sharp to me. You the last person that can get on anybody for messing up any kind of arrangement or thing that y'all had going on with all the stuff with the bag that you messed up. But anyway,
I mean, and again, you like Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp got to be damn near 60. Is he 58?
Yeah, I think he's late 50s. All right, Trey Crosby, third stand. Have a good one, whoever you.
Just all the nonsense that Shannon Sharp has been on is embarrassing. But I think you're right. I think these old guys, they want to stay relevant. But what's with like the publicly check? It's kind of weird, right? It's like the publicly trying to check him because honestly, if Kenyon Martin, if you was really in your feelings like that, you pressed him in private. Like also, hey, don't do that. So kind of get him come on the show and do that. I just don't understand. It just doesn't make a lot. It makes sense because, like you said, you're doing it for clout, you're doing it for clicks. You want to do this publicly because he did that publicly, but it just kind of, does that game work when you're 50? Does that game work? Does that game work when you're 50? 50, I believe 50's out of ump range. What are you at that point? Elder?
Elder.
You an elder at that point? I don't know. I thought it was a bit goofy.
The only thing I'll say about Buddy, and I think that Kenyon has a documented speech impediment, and it's just kind of low but I mean, it's kind of contradictory at the same time because them brothers sat there and laughed from Rashad McCants talked about Charlie Villanueva being sick and being all this stuff, knowing that he had
that was funny.
So it's like we gonna pick on this disability,
Right.
that disability,
Right.
this disability. And I mean, just put all that BS out the window and just pick on the dude. Like, everybody know Kenyon got a speech impediment, and I respect it. I understand there's a lot of people that go through that stuff. But maybe he's not the smartest guy in the room. I don't know. I ain't sat down with him. But you just got to stop. You got to leave the ADA stuff alone, man. And just get at a dude for what he is, man. Like, get at Rashawn McCants for the fact that he really thinks he was an elite level basketball player. And most people born after 2003 don't know who he is.
Yeah, but again, Rashad was elite. He was elite at the in college. He was elite in college. Just didn't work out for him. Didn't work out for him in the league. But yeah, man, I think they just try to do that big boy stuff all the time.
Didn't work out for him for keeping on the Kardashians either. But we ain't gonna leave that one alone too, though.
All right. Anything else you guys want to get at before we? Man.
What's up? Man.
What else you got?
We gotta get to this baseball.
All right, go
man.
ahead. Hit the World Baseball Classic. Hey, they talking a lot of junk online because they saying you can't capture somebody leader and then their country come and whip your ass. They say you can't do that.
Ooh. Yikes! I didn't even think about that part. I just want to say, man, Venezuelan team, absolutely amazing. I thought they did a phenomenal job. And I know a lot of people gave a lot of credence, and JT, we were kind of talking about it before we got on the air. That Dominican Republic lineup was a gauntlet, but the USA lineup was pretty much of a gauntlet as well. Maybe on par with theirs, but that Venezuela.
Hey, what they be
lineup,
saying over there in Dominican?
What they say?
Me no black at Dominica. Me no black. Yeah. They don't want me black. Me no black at Dominican. Me no black.
Them brothers is all right. Anyways, I try hard to make my mama proud tonight, dog. But it's we getting off the rails. I'm gonna say this though, man. Venezuela. Anytime you got William Contreras, Wilson, he can go to hell. William Contreras and Jackson Cheerio as your 8 and 9 hitters. I think that speaks a lot. Suarez, absolute amazing job getting that RBI in for him. Shout out to my guy Pipe Bomb. We was texting back and forth during it, man. We had 3 Milwaukee Brewers that wanted you. Had Jackson Cheerio, William Contreras, and I think, JT, me and you, we might call that brother Angel Zerpa, but I think it's Angel Herba.
Brother, your name is Ain't. Oh, no, you're not going to pull that me. Your brother, right? I got a whole lot of black people claiming
what they call him, Justin? What they call him, Justin? What his name?
Angel Herba. Let me tell you one more, too. We got one more name change.
The Dominican Republic national team, you knew it was going to be a gauntlet with Tatis, Marte, Guerrero, and so and them bats got hot. Was like a couple days ago. Them bats got. I mean, you knew how much of a gauntlet that was going to be. And I'm gonna say this because that last pitch during that USA Dominican Republic, I know what team I represent. I'm not sure that was a strike, but at the end of the day, they called it a strike. So guess what it is? A strike. I saw that.
JT ready for Cream City curveball, boy out here got that baseball.
That shit was low, JT. That was low. That was ball. I'm USA too, but that joke was low.
That was not. Yeah, I was gonna say that was a strike that was not in the strike zone. Oh, okay,
right.
Yeah. I mean, I was amazed that game ended that way. I was really hoping the USA would pull it off, and look, I think this Venezuela team, it just goes to show you that MLB and the impact. I mean, I almost think the world teams between Venezuela and Cuba,
mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not Cuba, Venezuela, Dominican Republic, some of these other teams, the world teams in baseball, I think, are collectively better than the world teams in basketball. I would argue that. I would argue the amount of absolute superstars you have on these world teams in baseball. If the baseball all-star format became USA versus the world, boy, that would be one hell of an all-star game to watch.
We cooked.
You said what?
We cooked.
Yeah, get the ass whooped is what happened.
We might drop the hammer, trying to be and doing that. But yes, but I agree. I think it would truly be a challenge. Fortunately, baseball doesn't have viewership issues when it comes to those All-Star games. So why change it? Why change the format?
Yeah, but Bryce Harper, absolute just iconic home run tonight, man. I thought that was one to write. I had my joint ready. I was gonna put it on. Thought we was in there, and throw that joint on.
You know what, Bryce though? I was impressed. Yes, that home run was tight. Now Bryce did not have a great World Baseball Classic. His numbers were underwhelming, and there was a lot of USA baseball players whose numbers were underwhelming.
Well, Aaron Judge stinking it up.
I mean, Byron Buxton still looking for a hit. I don't know where Byron Buxton's hits are. Byron Buxton was like, was he 0 for 8 at the plate over the last few? I mean, it was a disaster for or maybe he got one. I don't know. There were a lot. I mean, Witt's numbers weren't great. There were a lot of guys who didn't play remarkable. One thing I want to say about Bryce Harper is that home run was definitely memorable. But Bryce Harper's defense in that first base position, you got to put some respect on it. You got to put some respect, especially because keep in mind, Bryce Harper was a right fielder before he had Tommy John surgery, and then to convert to first base, he's only been playing it a few years now. Got to get some respect to Bryce Harper from a defensive perspective because he certainly is very solid.
No, absolutely correct, man. He definitely did, man. You're right, Trey. We gotta bring the boy on Cream City curveball, man. JT got his baseball down, man. He ready to watch these Milwaukee Brewers win another division championship. We got those Venezuelan brothers coming back. We got them Dominican brothers coming back. We had Abner Uribe. JT, I got a name change for you before we get out of here on this baseball stuff, though.
What's up?
So if you listen to a lot of people, shout out to our friend Pipe Bomb. Jesus Made is #1 prospect in the Brewers org. Now, if you listen to some of the Hispanic brothers, his name is Jesus Made.
Of course it is.
I'll give him Jesus Made.
They don't pronounce that.
He changed it. It's not just Made. It's Jesus Made. It's the correct pronunciation.
That sounded about right. See, that makes sense to me because everybody I know a Jesus. That's a real name. Yeah, okay. I'll give him Jesus. I'll put some respect on it. Jesus Made, okay. That's what you want, brother, fine. But I tell you what, if you want the last name to be pronounced Made instead of Made, I'm going to need an accent mark or something. You got to throw something on that. You can't just put Made and say it's Made. Brother, you got to put something. Put the tilde on it or something. Come on now, put that extra fabric on that jersey.
Put that extra fabric. That's epic. Hey, real quick before we go, though. What we think about this NC State-Texas game, man? I know we was out here with the facial reaction team. We about to get sponsored by one of these porn stations. Shout out to JT.
On that note, I mean, like I said, NC State had to come back. NC State, I think they finished the year 2-8 in their last 10. So very disappointing end to the season for them. And they had been playing some good basketball. By the way, what's his name? Will Wade. He was like a dork. But end of the day, NC State kind of does the NC State thing. They fall apart. But they had a chance to win. Got to make the stop. Didn't make the stop. Texas got the dub. Big time shot, man. Big time. It's March, man. That's what you want to see in March, man. You want to see big time shots to win games. And you saw that from Texas today.
Yeah, Chris King got to see a great basketball game tonight. I know that he wished he could have been here. Maybe not. Like, who wishes they could be here to watch the Milwaukee Bucks kind of run out of gas at the end? But Chris King got to see an epic basketball game, man. Living here in the 919, NC State is here, NC State is there. Everywhere you go, you see the Wolfpack stuff. I'm in the veterinary field working, so all my NC State vets will be sad tomorrow. It was just great basketball tonight. Though, if you're unbiased, like the three of us are, it's great. JT, though, I hope y'all make it out that round of 32, man. I'm really worried about y'all. Because your best player is sitting on the bench, and I saw him take off his warm-up, his shirt and his pants, and go get in the picture. What y'all doing with Bryce James out there?
Bronny James.
I saw that too. I saw that too.
All his warm-ups and everything and go run out there and make it look like he could record it.
Yes, that's hilarious.
Bless his heart, because Bronny has not figured out that there are cameras everywhere. And that dude was dapping the fans up, fired up. I'm about to get the picture. Took his clothes off, like my guy.
He ain't about to catch me I'm the manager.
Like I play. Yeah, I'm about to be in these pictures, man. Bronny James. Oh my God. Not Bronny James.
Bryce.
Bryce
He
James.
playing first round. He playing the first game though, right?
No,
Y'all
they
gonna be able to
redshirted
see
for
much
the
he
whole
playing.
year. They got a redshirt for the whole year, and I think that's the thing is I think if you play in postseason play, your redshirt is burned.
Oh,
So he can't play at all. I think the plan was to and quite honestly, I don't think he was ready. Right? When you look at a team like Arizona, where basically every year you're pretty much signing NBA prospects at this point when you're looking at your incoming classes. So when you got guys that are 4, 5-star recruits like that, and I mean I think Arizona for the last 20 years has signed a caliber type guy in the recruiting class. I think except for maybe the Kevin O'Neal years in like 09 or something, but when you have guys that are that talented and you have a roster full of guys that some of which is developed, some of which is not, that is a very tough situation, I think, to walk into for a guy who was not ready. And everybody at the high school level knew he was. I mean, Bronny James averaged like 6 points a game as a senior in high school. It wasn't like, so I think the plan was always for him to come and develop. The rumor allegedly is that him and Koa Pete is also represented by Clutch Sports. So it was, if you want Koa Pete to come to Arizona, you got to bring along Bronny James too, and you got to take care of him and commit to him too. That is the rumor. Bryce. I'm sorry, not Bronny James Jr. That is the rumor allegedly. I don't need them fans pulling up on me, but
I got one last thing. I know Trey, you trying to wrap. You trying to go to bed?
Yeah.
So we cause I don't gotta go to bed. It's 12:37 on Eastern Standard Time. One last thing. So the bet, we need to bet. But JT, I'm gonna say this before y'all finalize the bet. You cannot give $100 for a 30.5 point. So I think if you do the 100, you got to get that brother the points.
No, okay, listen. If Howard wins, but the only way I'm doing this, because this is the NCAA tournament, this is winner take all. Howard would have to upset a number 1 seed in Michigan. If Howard upsets, I'm willing to pay whatever, right? But we're not going to play spread here because that means nothing. That means nothing when it comes to the bracket. I'm not doing that.
Right,
I'm not doing that.
Right,
you want to put a band on it, fine, right? But at the end of the day,
we can't do the 100 on the 30.5.
Why would I do 100 on the? I mean,
you can't get 20.
100 on the 30.5.
100 on the 30.5.
Right, but at that point, okay, so if we do 100 on 30.5, I mean, would I do the one-sided bet that way?
No, it's a bet. He get the 30.5. He put the 100 on the
Let me look at my bracket and work it out. I just got that. I just came back
I ain't putting 100 on 30.5.
We'll talk.
All right, let's talk.
Is your H in front of your B? My H in front of my HBCU? Yeah, I love my HBCU or not? Like, what you doing? It's 30.5 points.
I ain't got 30.5 on how. I ain't watching. I gotta watch some more tape. See what they got. I gotta watch some more tape.
I got. And you know what? I don't even know. Honestly, 30.5. I wonder if that's low because this Michigan team won 7 games this year by 40+.
All right, throw the 100 on it for the first.
That might be kind of low. Let me
all right, let's wrap it there. Again, appreciate everybody for joining us tonight. Appreciate it. Could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with us. And again, we appreciate it. After the Bucks lose 123-116 to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Appreciate the super chat. Appreciate all the chats. Appreciate you on the Twitter. Appreciate you in the YouTube. Again, I posted the link. Please hit that link for the Cream City Crossover Bracket Challenge. $10 sheets. Put your sheet name in. I need to know your sheet name as well, or else I'm going to have to take your bracket out. That's just how it goes. So, again, please let us know. Let's have some fun this year with the Cream City Crossover Bracket Challenge, as we always do. Second annual time we're doing it. Please hit that like button. If you're going to enter the Cream City Crossover Bracket Challenge, hit that like button, share, follow, subscribe, all that. It means a great deal to us. Please tell a friend about the Cream City Crossover. Hey, it's the best morning sports show in all of the land. This has been a Cream City Media Group production from the Group.
JT.
Justin.
I am enemies only because I dare to tell you the truth. Don't take no wood nickels.